Yesterday on my live, if you in a culture and you have no cultural background, that means you don't have no yellow lines in the road. You just all over the place. And this is why a lot of relationships and a lot of other shit don't work out because there's no boundaries. In certain countries, it's certain things a woman can and can't do, same as a male. But in America, we just all over the place. We don't have no type of cultural boundaries because we've been stripped of that shit coming over here. Anyways, but get back to the video. Another thing is when you say certain stuff, just because it has a different spelling of the word, but it has the same tone or the same vibration coming out your mouth. When I say mourning, it's the same as saying you mourning someone when they die, like a ceremony when you go for the mourn, when you mourn for the dead. And it's the same as good morning. See, this is the shit that goes into the magic part of it. This is the shit that the Europeans have taught us. How is it that a word can have a different spelling, but the same, almost the same, well, different spelling and different meaning? That shit don't make no sense because it's still coming out tonally or vocally the same way. Don't get it misconstrued, right? So when you say good morning, you really casting spells on people. When you say good morning, we're gonna break this down too. Also, when you say stuff like days of the week, if you spelled it D-A-Z-E like a days, and if you spelled it of the week, meaning W-E-A-K like you weak, these are the same thing. These are forms of spells. You get what I'm saying? And you have to understand this. Like I say, this rabbit hole goes way deep. And this is only for those who got an open mind and can understand and grasp this stuff. Get out the box. Trust me, this stuff has not been put in place for no reason. Now let's get back to it. You ever thought about why they call alcohol spirits? If you look up the Latin word for alcohol, right? And basically, alcohol basically means body-eating spirit. That's why they say when people are drunk, I can never get this shit, but a sober mind speaks, a drunk mind speaks to sober, whatever how it go. But this is why. Because you're altering your spirit. You ain't the same person you are. So if you came to me at 2 o'clock in the morning, not 2 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the day, and you are you're consciously you. If I gave you anything to alter your conscience, meaning you're not you no more, now I'm fucking with your spirit. And that's where drugs come in at. That's where alcohol come in at. That's why they call it spirits, because it's altering your consciousness. Some people drink so much that they wake up, don't know what the hell happened. Or they get into an accident, kill somebody, all kind of shit. Just because the substance or the alcohol or anything that you're taking is altering your consciousness. Now let's go to the word drug. Right, here come the magic, right? The word right, Rite Aid. If you're from Florida, I don't know if it's some, Rite Aid somewhere else, but the word Rite Aid, the pharmacy company, they spell it R-I-T-E, not R-I-G-H-T. Why? Right, R-I-T-E, is short for ritual. You get it? Now, this is where the fuckery come in there. If you look at Rite Aid logo, it's a pastel or a martyr, which is a bowl with a mallet, and they crunch up herbs. This is all, people use it to cook with. Don't get me wrong. People crunch up herbs and stuff, and crunch up certain stuff to cook with. But it still goes back to a witchcraft type thing. This is what witches use also to mix potions and shit like that. And I'm finna show y'all just how right up on the people's noses this shit is. Check this out. And I want to show y'all the word right. R-I-T-E. Not R-I-G-H-T, but R-I-T-E. And look, a religious or other ceremonial act. My bad. Ceremonial act. Now look at the similar word, ceremony. Ritual. Ceremonial. Service. Let's worship. Oh my God. Like tradition. Okay, whatever. But anyway, this is Rite Aid, one of the pharmaceutical companies, and like I say, these people don't just put these names on these buildings for nothing. All this stuff is connected, and it's all ritual. Now let's go to the next one. Rite Aid. Here is the logo for Rite Aid, and as you see, here come the pestle or the mortar, and here come the mallet. You know, I guess that's supposed to be the herbs that is crushing up in the. But anyway, let's go to the next one. Walgreens, same bowl, same mallet, same thing. Now, I'm gonna give y'all another example on how these people use ancient terminology and act as if it doesn't mean anything. Like I said, everything that they know has been stolen. Sirius XM radio. Now, this is really gonna show y'all what's up. Where do the Sirius XM name come from? Okay, Sirius, pronounced Sirius, is the brightest star in the constellation. Canis Major in the northern hemisphere. It was named after the ancient Egyptian god Osiris. Keep that in mind. Now, I did a breakdown of Isis and Osiris on how they stole the whole story from the Egyptians and mimicked it with the Jesus story. Now, I showed y'all, we did a whole comparisons, but let's not get off topic. It came from an ancient Egyptian god, Osiris, god, who was represented as a dog, giving Sirius its more familiar name, the dog star. Now, listen, the dog star. Now, let's look at Sirius XM radio logo. Sirius, what you see? The dog. Not only do you see the dog, what do you see? The star. Now, this is like companies with big budgets. Why do they still use ancient terminologies and symbolisms if it don't mean nothing? Like I tell y'all, man, we are in a Western world where they done stole everything and they trying to keep us in the darkness. Now, let's go back to the video. Now, hopefully, I'm opening up some of y'all eyes. And now I'm going to tie more of this magic into these spells and how all this shit comes to be. Now, pay close attention. Now, your grandma can tell you, don't come in my house with that drug money. Don't bring that drug money in my house because the Lord, this and that. Remember the word drug now. Don't come in my house with that drug money. This is the Lord's house. But to send your little brother to the drug store. This is what I'm talking about, how one word can mean two things, or they can put the perception on us that one drug is good and the other drug is bad, which we all know that's bullshit. But let's put the statistics together. Pharmaceutical drugs kill over 300,000 people a year. Fact. Drugs on the street kills a little over 30,000 a year. Fact. And that's just overdose. So how grandma gonna tell you that your drug money ain't good, but they drug money is? What? That's magic. That's magic. Think about what I just said. This is how much we've been kept in the dark, and this is just how much I really want y'all to go pay attention to the movie The Matrix. I cannot say it enough. If your grandma can come to you and say your drug money ain't good, even though your drug money don't kill as many people as pharmaceutical drugs does, because pharmaceutical drugs kill people, just on GP, population control. But your drug money ain't good, but she can send your little brother to the drug store, pay for her drugs, and they drug money good. Nigga, that's magic. That's how magic works. I tell y'all what, I'm finna run this little short clip of this little video, and I want y'all to understand and pay attention. I want y'all to count the footballs, and let me know how many footballs you counted.
Pay attention. This is a test. Try to count the number of footballs, like this one, as they fly across the screen. You have 10 seconds. Ready? Go. Did you count all 20? 27 footballs? It's not easy. But the funny thing is, you didn't need to count any of them to get the right answer. Want to find out why? How could you possibly know the number of footballs without counting them? Because the answer was hidden in plain sight, right on the scoreboard. While you were focused on what your brain thought was important, counting the footballs, you missed some vital information.
Now listen, I had to say the word football, or I had to tell you what I want you to focus on. I wanted you to focus on the footballs, not knowing that the answer gonna be revealed right in the background. This is how magic happens, bro. They want you to pay attention to this hand while the fuckery going on in the other hand. You have to understand that. You get what I'm saying? And I went through a lot to put this video together, so I hope y'all liking this video. So please like and share it. But I ain't finished yet. But that just gives you a great example on how the world works. Anytime something happens, they'll come up with another crisis. Oh, here come everything about R. Kelly. Oh, here come everything about Bill Cosby. Why they doing other shit? This is how magic happens. And that's why I keep telling y'all, words are spells. When you say a word out your mouth, like I say, be careful what you say, because when you say that word, you're activating that feeling or that emotion. When you say, I can't do it, you halfway lost, because now your body is going to resonate to that word. I can't do it. Or when you come in that bit with confidence, like, boy, we finna... Now you confident, your body finna act accordingly. That's why you got to be careful what you say out your mouth. When you put stuff on people, you're projecting your perception on them. You're putting a spell on them. Imagine you telling your child, you ain't shit. You ain't gonna never be shit. They never forget that. That's a spell you putting on them. Just off the words coming out of your mouth. Not force. This is where they get social engineering to. All this going on with the C-virus shit. They want to know how many of y'all gonna follow suit just off the words that are coming out of Donald Trump's mouth. And we all know, the real researchers and people who really dig deep know that Donald Trump is a puppet. Is a puppet. He don't run nothing. But anyway, we're going to get back to the video. Now, if you look up how Hollywood works, right? I'm quite sure y'all know television or TV means you telling a vision, right? They're putting on the TV what they want you to see. And I did a video of this on how the government had this black family to move the man out of the house. He had to leave the city in order for them to get governmental assistance back then. And they also wasn't allowed to have a TV in their house. See, a lot of y'all ain't know that. It wasn't just, I'm gonna give you some government assistance on some food stamps and some bread and butter. Woo-de-woo. No, the man has to leave, and you can't have a TV in your house. Until one day they got a letter saying, okay, now y'all able to have a TV. Why? Because these motherfuckers done cooked up all these old European-ass TV series that's going to get into the minds of the minorities or the blacks and whoever and paint that perception that, and I'm not being racist, that whites are more superior. They were showing things on TV that we didn't see in real life. Because you got to think, they removed our fathers out of the house just to give us government assistance. Come on, man. This rabbit hole goes deep. And I hope y'all stick with me through the end of this video. Now, when they was able to watch TV, that's when they done put all the shows together. And you can, and if you go back to my video, which I might just put a link of that video up. But when you go back to my video, it'll show you how once they was able to get a TV in the house, they watching shows on TV that just blew their mind. Shit that they always wanted. A father figure. You know, the father playing with the daughter. It's just crazy how we've been suppressed and kept in the dark. And that's why I can't just let stuff like that go. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, back to the topic. I really want y'all to understand that words are spells. And with that being said, I want to run a couple of more definitions of words so y'all can see that defining words will give you a lot of insight on what the fuck is going on. Check this out.
Back on my computer. Now I want y'all to pay close attention to the word spell. You understand me? Spell. And basically, a spell is a series of words that has magical powers. If you're under a spell, then what do you do is out of your control. Your thoughts and actions are dictated by the spell. Spells can refer to the magic words you say, or it can be described being under the influence of those words. Now, with that being said, you should understand why when the C virus first hit, why they used all these big celebrities, because they have this influence. You understand me? Hopefully, I'm opening y'all eyes. Like, it ain't that hard, especially when you know. That's why they don't tell you, because if you knew, then they couldn't put this over your head. But let's go on to the next word, which is ceremony. Now, pay close attention to what they got underneath ceremony. They got a picture of a wedding. And I'm not trying to rain on nobody parade, but like I tell people, just know the origin of weddings, and just know that we are Africans and we're being raised as Europeans, man. This ain't our way of living. Like, we did have our own ceremonies and stuff like that, but this is not our stuff. Like, you feel me? And when you take a black man or any other culture and raise him as a European, it's like equivalent to raising a dog as a bird. You feel me? We're not at our potential. We haven't been raised as an African. So when you see this, that's why I say I love doing it, cause it just breaks it down. Anyway, ceremony. Let's go to the definition. Look at the first word. Word. Right. Same as Rite Aid. Same thing I've shown y'all. Look at the second word. Ritual. Look at the second word. Right. Ritual. Refer to set of observance and acts traditional in religion services or on public occasions. Ceremony applies to more than less than formal, dignified acts on religious or public occasions. A marriage ceremony. Listen, that's why I say. And like I say, I ain't ready on nobody parade, just putting people on game. And this was the same thing as Coming to America, right? We know that when you of royalty, you're gonna pick the husband or you're gonna pick the bride for the prince to get married, and that's gonna go through approval of different things. Like, she has to have these backgrounds to be worthy to be with this prince, because they finna change her life. They are interlocking bloodlines. Like, marriage is just not two people fall in love and we just go sign this paper. No, it's deeper than that. So know your history on it. And ceremonies, like I say, man, it's the same as Black China with the Kardashian situation. Even though the Kardashian like blacks, we know Rob and her was a mismatch. That was a player move on her end. Like, let's just be real. Now, her kids are gonna be rich. That was just a player move. But had that been done how they normally would do that, that wouldn't have never happened. And I'm not saying she's not worthy to be with him or whatever, but y'all get what I'm saying, man. Come on, man. All I'm saying, I'm just trying to open y'all eyes to see a couple of things, and maybe y'all maybe y'all knew of this, maybe y'all may have not knew. So just research, man. Research it yourself, and I'm just bringing this to y'all. Now, back to the video. Man, it's called etymology. Etymology. When you study the origins of words, the meanings, the suffixes, and all that, and you'll get a lot of words that you speak, you have no meaning of it. Once you pronouncing the word, it's reading. Knowing the suffix, the noun, the verb, that's understanding the word. And I'm going to give you a quick example. Anti. Anything with A-N-T-I in the front of it means to go against or the opposite of. Anything with R-E in front of it means to do again. Rewind, redo. So it's like you have to learn how to look at words, understand those words, like contract. The root word of contract is con.
or trickery. Look it up. This is why I love this shit, because it's so interesting. Like, when you start digging and digging and digging, it's like you can't stop if you that type of person. Look it up. Trick-or-treat, however you say it. Trickery, trick-or-treat, whatever. But I didn't want to make this video that long, man. So I just had to give y'all this information. Hopefully y'all learn something, bro. Words or spells. Be careful of what you say out your mouth to your family, to your, more importantly, to yourself. Don't ever say I can't do something. Don't ever, like, downplay yourself. That's why I tell you, I don't give a hell what's going on in your life. You always look at the positive in that situation. Always. Always. I don't give a damn if you fail and cut your knee. It could be something positive in that, because you could have kept walking and got hit by a damn car. I don't know. I'm just giving you an idea. Be careful what you say to your kids. Be careful what you say to your significant other, your baby mom, baby daddy, husband, wife, neighbor. You got to be careful of the words you say out your mouth, because I'm telling you, those words triggers actions. Those words triggers actions. The same way when you're in the bedroom, you talking that good shit, it's arouse you. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's just like the placebo effect and the nocebo effect. So placebo is, you already know that. I've done videos about that. Placebo. So when you speak it and you believe it, it happens. But there's a nocebo, which is the negative part of that. Everything is negative and positive. So with that being said, man, I just hope y'all learned some words or spells. And I just want y'all to understand that the rabbit hole goes deep. I just try to throw it out there where y'all can open your mind. I'm trying to crack your eye open a little bit, and hopefully you'll start seeing stuff for yourself. So with that being said, y'all like, subscribe, comment.